Hi, I'm Sean Zero from the Action Network, here to get you set with my favorite bets for Tuesday, July 25th. First, we're going to look at the Subway Series matchup between the Mets and the New York Yankees. And I like the over 8.5 here, up to about minus 106. Projected this total at 8.9. Domingo Germán, aside from his perfect game this season, been a below average pitcher, 98 pitching plus rating, 4.1 expected ERA, so around a league average to a below average starting pitcher. Justin Verlander has also shown signs of decline this season, cracks in his profile as he crosses 40 years old. His velocity and his stuff plus ratings were actually down in his last start, which looks like on paper his best outing of the season against the White Sox. His stuff plus marks have been down on the year, was at 118 last year, has fallen to 107 this year. His strikeout rate has declined by about 13% over a 2-year period, and his strikeout minus walk rate now sits below the major league average. So Verlander's expected ERA has fallen from ace level territory in the high twos, closer to a number 2 type starter with a 3.5 expected ERA, a 3.5 actual ERA. And as I said, I projected around 9 runs in this matchup. You can bet the over 8.5 to minus 107. Now looking at the game between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners, a rematch from last Thursday in Seattle between the same 2 starting pitchers, George Kirby and Pablo Lopez. I bet the Twins in that matchup. I'm betting the Twins again for Tuesday night. Now, last week's matchup closed around plus 105 in Seattle, and based upon the ballpark switch, the venue switch, and home field advantage trading hands, you would expect Minnesota to be about minus 125 favorites here, but we're getting a shorter price, closer to minus 115. And I like Minnesota up to about minus 140 for the first 5 innings and minus 122 for the full game. Based on how I project this out, they should have the offensive advantage. Their best reliever, Yohan Duran, should be available tonight and potentially for 2 innings. But also in terms of the starting pitchers, I might actually give the edge to Pablo Lopez. Lower expected ERA this season, better strikeout minus walk rate. He ranks 8th amongst 159 qualified starters with a strikeout rate higher than 30% this season. His expected ERA, as I said, about 3/4 of a run better than George Kirby. Kirby does have the superior pitch modeling metrics, though, thanks to his elite command, the lowest walk rate in baseball at 2.6%. George Kirby has been absolutely elite, but I think Pablo Lopez is just as good, if not even potentially better. So give me the Twins here in the first half to minus 140 and minus 122 over the full game. My favorite way to play Mariners and Twins for Tuesday night.